Today I'm going to be going over how to source off of a leads list. So there's a good way to do this and a bad way to do this. What you want to really be doing with a leads list to get the most value out of it is number one, learning new sources of inventory. Number two, checking any sales or promotions that might be going on. And number three is using the leads to rabbit trail or find other leads based on the lead that is provided. The reason you want to be doing this is going to lead to you upping your own sourcing game and also finding items that are going to be less saturated. So the other tip that I can give off of just using leads lists in general is be checking out the cap on the number of sellers and keeping that in mind when you're purchasing products. So that is going to help you avoid items that might be tanking. Additionally, when it comes to leads list subscriptions, I know this because I run a subscription service myself, is that when you have a subscription, a lot of sellers are not going to be checking it every single day. So if you're purchasing a one-off leads list, pretty much 100% of the people that buy that list are going to be looking at it. And if you're doing a subscription, you can rest assured that probably half or even more than half of the people aren't looking every single day. So with that in mind, if, for example, a list is capped at 20 sellers, you might only have 10 or 15 sellers looking at each lead. And from that, probably less than half of those sellers are actually going to buy. So just up front, those are some stats and some things you can keep in mind when sourcing. So I'm going to jump right into using this list and show you how to get the most out of it. All right, let's take a look at this first item here. So this is from Marshall's, and we can see our buy cost is $7.99. We also have an IP alert on this item, and we can see that here as well. But what I like to do is actually look at the Keepa data to determine if it's worth selling or not. So we can see we currently have 6 new offers. So we want to look at this new offer count. That's the bottom graph, the blue line. And we want to look for any large sudden drop-offs in the seller count, because that's going to indicate that the brand is filing IP claims on this item. And we can see in this case, there aren't any big drop-offs. And let's just take a look at the sellers on this listing. So we could see that these sellers, we could see their review count here. There's this one big seller with 15,000 reviews, but there's also one with 4, one with 9, one with 8. So those are some pretty small sellers. Also, if you know how to fight IP claims, they're really not too big of a deal. So I'd be okay with taking a risk on this item and buying it. So we don't like to rule out items with an IP claim because there are a lot of them these days, and a lot of them we've sold without running into any problems. So we do let you know if there is an IP claim, but in this case, personally, I would still buy this product. So we got a $7.99 buy cost on this, which leaves about $4 profit here. All right, let's take a look at the next item. So now we're into shoes and clothing. And we've got this item from Sierra. And again, here's another IP claim. Gonna check, and we can see a good fluctuation in the seller count. No big red flags on the Keepa chart here. So I think you'd be okay with selling this. We've personally sold this brand without any issues. So it's going for 81. Buy cost is 40. And we could see that leaves $32 profit. You could also merchant fulfill these and maybe make a little bit extra, but you're going to have to pay for shipping. So my guess is this looks like a winter seasonal item. So let's check that out. And we could see it definitely doesn't do as well in the summer months. But this looks like it is really popular right now. So I can just tell from the fluctuation in seller count that this is currently selling a lot. We could see the rank is 13,000 in clothing. So clothing is a giant category. So 13,000 is a really good rank. There's not a ton of variations on these. So I'd be okay with picking up 5 or 6 pairs of this. And the demand for these really doesn't look like it drops off all that much until maybe mid-March. So right now, January 18th, still good timing to get into this product, in my opinion. Okay, let's look at another one here. So this is a beauty item from Avon. And let's check out Avon using OA Buddy. And they are reseller friendly. And we can see here we've actually placed up to 40 units of an item from Avon shipped to a prep center. This looks like it is marked down currently. So this might be like a discontinued item after it sells through. And packaging matches exactly. And we've got $11 profit on this. We can see seller count is trending up right now, so that could lead to some price tanking. But this has such a big margin in it right now that even if this tanks 50% in price, you're still going to do very well on this. So right now, basically, we're at an all-time high in the seller count. So another way to combat any kind of price tanking is to merchant fulfill this item. So we can actually make $15 profit by merchant fulfilling. And for this item, it's going to be less than a pound. It could fit in a small envelope, and you could probably ship these for $4 to $5 and make a nice $10 merchant fulfilling. And what that's going to do is it's going to allow you to get your product listed faster. So let's just take a look at the buy box percentage on this. And we can see that this FBA offer has 90% of the buy box. So it might be tough to win the buy box with FBM, but we could see this seller here is getting 9% of the buy box, and they are not listed FBA. So you still have a pretty decent shot at getting some sales FBM. It's selling almost 300 a month. So even if you're getting 10% of the sales, that is a good 30 sales a month on these FBM. So I would definitely pick up this product. Personally, I'd send these to FBA because it's got such a high margin. All right, moving on to the next lead, we have the Kate Spade outlet here. And these are going for $15. Let's see. And we also have a 20% off on jewelry. So I will show you how to use this coupon code in a second. But let's take a look at the main lead here. We've got a $5 profit. And on this one, I don't really love this lead because we can see there are 28 sellers at the moment. And the sales rank on these is not great. We've got 394 in clothing. So that rank really isn't too bad because, like I said, clothing is a huge category. And this has no variations, meaning all of the sales on this listing are going to go to this one variation. But we have this 20% off code here. So I'm going to scroll over, and what this link allows us to do is reverse search other products under the Kate Spade New York brand. And then this link here will allow us to look at the other storefronts on this listing. So now we've got a bunch of Kate Spade New York products that we can look through. And you can see we've got 10,000 products here. So it looks like the sale here is on jewelry. So yes, it's on jewelry. So what I'm going to do is filter. So these are earrings right here. So I'm going to take a look at other Kate Spade earrings and what we can do with that. So I'm just going to type in earrings. So this will be contains earrings and apply. So now we've got all of these options here, and we can look through these and see if they are available. So these look like the stud earrings, and we're basically going to have a 20% off code that we can work with on these. So let's take a look at these, and we're just going to reverse search these and see what we can find here. So these are the square stud earrings. And doesn't look like they have those available. Let's see if we could find anything else. A lot of these are the square stud. We've got hearts here. So we've got some kind of hearts here as well. So now we know that these are probably pretty popular. And let's take a look. So we should be able to get 20% off on all of these earrings. And now I'm just going to look and see if we could find something off of the leads here. So pure stud earrings, these look like the same thing. I'd have to dig into this further, but this definitely looks like an arbitrage product here. There's a lot of sellers on this, and if this matches, you can see these are $19, and you could get an additional 20% off right now. So 19 times 0.8, you're looking at $9.56 profit on these. So this looks pretty good. And you can see these are rose gold that matches this color here. I'd have to definitely do some more research on this, but I think this may be a match, and you could do pretty well with this product. Let's take a look at another one. So this right here is Hazmat. Just glancing at this Keepa chart, the volume looks a little low, so I'm going to move on to something else. We've got a lead from calendars. So right now it's January, and a lot of people are buying calendars right now. So this is a very seasonal item. You can see this one is new for this year. We are probably already out of peak calendar buying season. You can see it probably peaked somewhere around here, but there is still a lot of time where people are still buying calendars in the new year. And calendars.com is discounting this particular calendar. And we can see it is currently a 50,000 rank in office. And we've got 100% ROI on these. So this is another item you want to be selling quick because it is a seasonal product. So this is another one I might look into merchant fulfilling. And then here, speaking of merchant fulfilling, we've got a couple of Walgreens leads here, and they've got a nice promo. So I might look to buy now and pick up in store because Walgreens, there are tons of locations in my area. If you live in the US, you probably have a Walgreens within driving distance. So let's take a look at this one. We've got the flaxseed oil. Our buy cost is $17.60, so this is for a 2-pack. And this particular brand of vitamins, I know a lot of arbitrage sellers are selling these. So we can pick this up, and I'm going to check stores. It's not in stock here. And you can see these are available right now for pickup at this particular location. So this is less than a mile from where I live. I could literally walk over and pick these up. Okay, so it says they only have one in stock here, but there are some other locations to choose from. And using the coupon codes, we can use a buy one, get one free. And then there's another code for an additional 20% off. So cool thing about the codes at Walgreens is they stack on top of each other. So our buy cost before any tax or prep or shipping is going to be $17.60. And this is a very small item, easy to ship. So we can FBA these. My guess is this is going to have a lot of competition, though. We can see it's trending up right now. So you might be better off FBMing this item. And let's look at this one as well while we are here. So we've got the vitamin B12, and our buy cost is $15.19, which leaves $5 profit FBA. And this has a lot of sellers as well. So on these, I'm not sure if I would get them just because we've got quite a few sellers on both of these leads. And if I did buy these to resell, I would definitely try to FBM these items just because of the higher competition level. But both of these are going to be light, easy to ship, so they would be good for that purpose. But another thing we could do with this leads list is we can go and take a look at all of the Nature's Bounty items, and I can almost guarantee that there are other items in this category that would be good to resell. So another thing we could do here is take a look at the other storefronts on this particular product. So if you click on this storefront link, it's going to open up Keep a Product Finder for all of the storefronts that are selling this Nature's Bounty item. And this can often lead to a lot of other good online arbitrage products. So this has a lot of seller. So I'm going to take a look at this other one. And this one also has a lot of items. We can see there's over 10,000. But a lot of these might be good for online arbitrage because typically this is a product that a lot of online arbitrage sellers are looking into. So then I can also sort these by the 90-day drop percentage under buy box. And this is going to show us items where the price is increasing in the buy box. So let's take a look at some of these. And I'm just going to also remove Amazon as a seller. So under Amazon, I'm going to go 90-day out of stock percentage greater than 90%. So now Amazon will be out of stock 90% of the time or more. Okay, so taking a look here, we could just hover over and see the Keep a Graph in the bottom left. And I'm just looking for products where the buy box price is increasing and sales are steady. So here's another Nature's Bounty product that's different from the one that we looked at. So this will probably have a good deal right now at Walgreens as well. So this one has been out of stock. So if they have this right now, it could be very good. I'm going to search Nature's Bounty melatonin. This is 120 Okay, so this is a different size. That's 120 capsules. And this is 60, so not quite the same. Here's 90. This looks like 240. So it might be that they changed the amount they sell it in, because this is a 2-pack of 60, which would be the same as a 120. But honestly, you probably could get away with selling this 2-pack on this listing. I wouldn't necessarily recommend it. But yeah, that is something you could potentially do. But I wouldn't recommend it, so I'm going to move on. Okay, so this pricing here looks way up and down in the preview. Okay, sales rank is no good on that one. And then this looks pretty interesting. We had a huge price spike on this, and the demand looks pretty good. Went from $39.99 to $76, and it looks like it's still selling at this high price. But we'll see if it's available anywhere. So I'm just going to Google these. So this is the Anarchy. And I do not see it. But if we were able to find these, they would probably be profitable because it's a high price. I was going to say you could almost buy it in this pack of 6 and then resell it as the pack of 12. That would run you about $52. So if you wanted to flip this, you could do that. It's not a very good margin, but that is an option. Let's take a look at the 6-pack. You'd probably want to buy these a little bit cheaper to resell as a 12-pack, but you could set a keep alert to when this is going for less. So I just go ahead and click on track product. And we can see this used to be at $24.50. Did it ever go lower? We could see at one point it was under $22. So if we could buy these for $22, you could track the buy box to alert you when it's under $22. And if we were buying 2 6-packs at $22, we could get a buy cost of $44. Then the margin's a little bit better. So hopefully I've provided some value here and some ideas on how you can better use a leads list to find more leads to sell on Amazon. If you have any questions, please let me know in the comments down below. I'll also post a link to our regular leads lists. You can go there and get 20% off with code OAD20. And all of our leads lists are going to be in this format, so it makes it easier for you to reverse search and find more leads for your Amazon business. So thank you for watching.